We'll give it a shot. All right. So I graded all your advocacy papers. What did you guys advocate for? This is writing assignment 2. What did you guys advocate for? Do you remember? Weeks ago, don't remember. What did you write about? So you wrote about like PETA, how awful PETA is. What else?
I wrote about cows.
I think you did. What did you write about cows? Why we need them?
Yeah.
Yours was about.
Why I wrote about why animals don't have or cows don't have a say in like PETA thinks that they're morally.
Yep, that's right. Yep, I remember yours. Yep, good. What else? What else do you guys advocate for? Give your hand up. No.
I heard about the bison industry.
That's right, bison. Yeah, that was fascinating. Actually, I'm glad you call them bison because they're not buffalo, right?
There's a difference.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be called buffalo. We just made that mistake a long time ago. Okay. What else? What did you advocate for? Remind me.
The bison industry and like how not a lot of people know all the benefits from them and what they can be used for.
Yeah, sure. I don't think you got into it, but there's actually a group in Montana that wants to return them to the wild, and it gets really political and interesting because they're pretty big. They can cause a lot of damage, like hogs, if they want to. So anyway, it gets into that. But they're in a national park and stuff too. What else?
I know I did something about PETA, but I can't remember what it was.
About what?
PETA.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what it was.
Okay. Alright, you guys are proving all my points for me. Yes, ma'am.
I talked about like FFA and how PETA thinks that FFA is trying to turn it into like a murder mystery game for animals.
Yep, that's right. Yeah, and then was it you? Several of you wrote about PETA, which is fine. They're all in it for the money, right? Kids are only raising animals for the money. That's all I care about. PETA does that. Did you have something else?
I remember what I wrote about. It was live tissue trauma training.
Oh, that's right. This was like the first new topic I've read in like 3 years. Yeah, yours was interesting. Although I was like, you just jumped right into it, and I was like, what are we talking about? It was interesting. Good job. Which is what? What is live tissue training?
It's whenever like the military and stuff will use. It's normally goats and pigs, but they heavily sedate them, and then they'll like make injuries that they'll normally see in the field for new people to fix, and then the animal is never woken up and gets euthanized.
Right. So it's literally like practicing live trauma for physicians and stuff like that, but they practice with animals on an actual thing. Yeah, it was good. It's interesting. Okay. What'd you learn? So most of you picked a topic. Remember, like you found a PETA article or whatever, or you found an article about bison. What did you learn from that article?
From the article we didn't agree with?
Yeah.
How one-sided it was.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Good. What else?
There was a lot of opinion.
Bingo. Okay. Yes. A lot of opinion. Good. What else?
It's not very factual. It's more of what they like. Or, I mean, I guess opinion, but like it's more of they heard this or they saw this.
Yeah, sure. Not a lot of evidence, right? Not always concrete, just kind of stay. PETA is notorious for this, and you guys usually covered it when you wrote about it, but like using inflammatory words, okay, trying to make it sound horrible and everything. Okay, so good. Okay, excellent. What'd you learn when you did your own research?
That there was a lot more organizations that were the same way as PETA.
Okay, yeah, there's more of them, right? There's a lot of animal advocacy groups, sure. Yeah, okay, what else?
There's a lot of unfactual stuff out there.
Yes. Yeah, if you just Google a topic, right, you get a million things that come up. Does it mean they're all true?
No.
And those are usually the first things you see when you Google.
Yes, because they've been the most hit.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it here, but does anybody watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix?
Yeah, I think I have actually.
You should watch it. One, it's just fascinating from the social media aspect. But when you Google something, if you're Googling it in Texas versus California and you type in the same words, it may present you completely different information, which is astonishing, right? And a little terrifying. So, yeah, absolutely. Okay, good. How many of you were already pretty much biased when you started writing this? Yeah, okay. One way or the other, right? Okay, you kind of had an opinion or you already thought you had things figured out, okay? Do you think your writing can change the opposition's view?
No.
No? Huh?
I mean, it might be like, maybe hard, but maybe.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Ashley said no. Why?
Because people are stuck in their ways. Like, if you believe something, I mean, I just don't think that the likelihood of somebody changing their mind based on paper is gonna, or they're not even take the time to read it.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, all right. And look, I don't agree with everything you guys write, okay, but I remove myself from that. I try to really hard and just view it objectively, okay. It always gets funny. It gets funny because some of you guys are right about the same topic and have the opposing view, okay, believe it or not. Not that you guys know that, because I'm the only one that reads them, okay, but, okay, so why not? Why is it hard to change people's mind?
Because they're stuck in their ways.
Stuck in their ways, what else?
I mean, growing up, I mean, that takes a lot on people, on like a person's view, you know?
Okay,
Like say, say you grow up with vegan parents, you're always gonna eat vegan food, and then, you'll never,
unless you get drunk.
or maybe
You know what vegetarians eat when they get drunk?
a burger.
Hell yeah, it's delicious, right? You want a salad at 3 in the morning? No, you want some tacos, right? Hamburger, okay? They cheat, not all of them, but when they cheat, that's usually what happens. What were you gonna say?
People are more likely to believe people that they trust, and so if you surround yourself with people who have the same viewpoints, they're not really gonna believe somebody that they don't know as well or don't trust as much.
Okay,
There's a term for that.
which is,
I can't think of it.
we covered biases in here, right? We went over, that's a lot of it, okay? All right. Okay, hang on to those thoughts. Right. So, then why do it? Why do we write?
Communication skills.
Yeah, okay. All right, so we at least did a little research, right? And we put our thoughts down on paper. Where else in life can we do that? Everywhere. Thank you. That's the correct answer. Why? You're right, why?
I mean, we spend our time, especially now with phones, like you text, you talk, you post on Facebook, you do it at work, you send emails. Like, I don't know of any part of my day that's pretty much not spent typing something.
Yeah. Okay, absolutely. Good. All right. Yeah, that's the right answer. Literally everywhere. Okay. So if you think about you're looking for information, if you think about anybody else, is it difficult to stay informed?
No.
Yes.
It depends what it is.
College student's favorite answer when I ask questions. It depends. Okay.
No.
All right, so we heard yes and no. No, why?
Literally, I can go on Facebook and learn something new.
Oh.
Of all the articles that they just like put out there. I mean, and I'm not saying.
So what? Hold on then. Why'd you say yes?
Because it's difficult to stay informed on stuff that's actually true.
Yes. Okay. Is Facebook a good resource for information?
Never.
Oh yeah.
No. It's the worst.
The
Okay.
articles on there are amazing.
It is the worst. God, you're feeding it, Luis. You're feeding it. That's why they get clicks, man. It's terrible. Is it difficult to stay informed?
Yes.
Yeah, to be honest, like actually informed. How many of you guys see a headline and you're done, that you got the information? Yeah, you don't read it, right? Why?
Because it pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, I got it done. Okay, yeah. Biden said everyone wear a mask. Trump said no one wear a mask. That's all you need, right? There's your whole argument. Okay? Pick a side. Doesn't matter to me. Okay? Did you read the article? No! What's in the article?
Why you should or should not wear a mask.
Yeah, hopefully, right? At least, and hopefully there's some statistics. Hopefully there's a little bit of why, okay? One way or the other, right? It's pretty hard to stay informed. And how many different things are out there? A kabillion, right? There's so much information, okay? Especially related to ag, okay, that people don't know about. Okay, so what types of research are out there? You guys did a little bit. You're looking around. You're seeing stuff. What different types of research are there?
Factual and
Yeah, some of it's just not based in science or fact, right? Not good research, okay? That's a bad example, right? What else do we have?
Opinions?
Opinions, yeah, okay. Not great for research, but plenty of them. And honest to goodness, the media seems to be getting more and more. They're not even, they used to call it that. You can write in an op-ed, an opinion editorial, and all that stuff. They're even like changing the name of it. okay, that I've noticed lately, to like analysis or whatever, and it's an opinion, right? It's not fact. What else do we have?
Personal experience.
Yeah, anecdotal, which is what you guys write about all the time, which is not always bad. You just have to prove it. Okay, some of you guys grew up on farms and ranches, right? You know a lot about the industry, but you still have to prove it because you're taking information you've just heard. Okay, not always a bad thing, but you still got to go find out if it's true or not. Okay, what else?
Like, you can pretty much say like there's food research and there's like.
All different topics, but when the research is done, okay, there's what I'm driving at is what you should be looking for is unbiased research. This is hard to find, okay? Well, it's not hard to find. It's hard to take the time to do. You can go on Sam's library database, and hopefully you're doing that for your papers. You can use Google Scholar, which is different than Google. And if you go look at something, let's say you go to Google and you're looking up your topic, whatever the heck it is, okay? And you click on news, that's what you're gonna get. And say you get USA Today, all right? And it's talking about something going on in poultry science, all right? It's gonna cite an actual study. That study is hopefully done, usually by a university, industry does a lot too, but it should be unbiased research. That's what you need to go find. If you find something that mentions a study, go look at the study. Now, you may not understand everything in it, or you can just even read the abstract, and it will summarize it for you. And it'll say, all right, we found that if chickens eat this food, it produces better meat, whatever, okay? Everybody who studies chickens writes about the different lights for raising chicks. Cracks me up, okay? So you need to go find it out there, all right? So as we shift here in a couple weeks, we got a discussion posted this week. After spring break, we're gonna start kind of moving towards your final paper, all right? What interests you guys? What topics actually interest you?
Fighting roosters.
Huh?
Fighting roosters.
Some guy just got killed by his roosters. You know that? There's a legal fighting ring, I think, in India, and they tape razor blades to their legs, and it killed the owner. Okay, all right. What about fighting roosters?
I don't know. I mean.
Okay, you don't know.
Well, no, I mean I do know, but like, I don't know. My family's been raising them for like 40-something years.
Fighting roosters? Okay, there's things you probably can and can't tell me in this classroom.
Well,
Just
I
keep
mean,
that in
I
mind.
can tell you. I mean, I can
Yeah.
tell you. I can tell you in this classroom because I would just drive them to Mexico. 'Cause like, we have a compound in Mexico, and we have a compound.
I'm not sure I can put this on YouTube anymore.
It's okay.
Okay, cool. So fighting roosters. Okay, what else? Okay, good. What else?
For our final paper, does it have to be like a persuasive or advocacy?
Don't worry about it yet. We'll get it. I'll help you. I mean, we're kind of working towards it, but we'll get into that. But tell me what topic interests you.
Bison.
Bison. Okay, we can stick with bison. But what about them? Because that's really broad.
Just basically what people don't, I mean, it's not a common, like, livestock that you would raise.
Okay. So maybe looking at raising bison in the United States and maybe even in Texas? Okay, so now we're getting a little more specific, which is good, okay? Because if you guys just tell me bison, I'm going to need to know more, but don't worry about that yet. But what else interests you guys? Yes? Em?
There's like a monopoly in the cattle industry for packers right now.
Okay.
Between like 3 companies.
Yes, okay, meat pack, yeah. Yeah, JBS, yeah, king of the world right now, right? Yeah, okay, good. What else? That's a good one. There's plenty of information out there. What else? Anything related to ag, what interests you guys? What do you want to learn more about?
There's a pipeline going somewhere in.
Always coming through for me, thanks. Okay, what else? Pipeline, okay.
Yeah, there's a pipeline that's going through like I know one of my buddy, his name's Austin Tyner,
Mhm.
and it's like a pipeline going through one of their fields, and it's like a big. It's like there's like a little bit out there, but there's like not much on why it's going through there and like why they came.
Pipelines are built every day. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you want to go to Lincoln White. Like you might want to be a landowner, right? And what happens if that happens, okay? Because a lot of times they'll just mail you a check and be like, here's $12,000, we're going to put a pipeline through your property. And if you're operating on a thin budget, or you're like, oh, I can buy a down payment for a new tractor or whatever, you might think that's great. But what you may not realize is that they're offering you a fraction of what they really should pay you. When you tell them, hey, you're going to take this much land from me, you're going to reduce my production this much, and they will pay you 5, 6, 7, 10 times as much. But if you've never seen that before or thought about it, you're taking the check and you run it because you think you just won the lottery.
And it's like that, it was like that subway that they were supposed to be building from Houston to Dallas, or like.
Oh, the high-speed train?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of money behind that. It's probably gonna happen. Yeah, okay, another good one. A little hard to find. What else?
Raising lambs.
Raising lambs? Okay, cool. What about them?
Like, you know, you have a really good, ewe and a really good ram or buck, I forgot, but it's fine. And, you know, you want those two, but, you know, you won't obviously only have one ewe to produce that. So, like, embryo transfer.
Okay. All right, cool. So we get a little more specific. What else? What other topics interest you guys?
Food production.
Huh?
Food production.
Food production. Okay, I thought you said construction. You threw me off. Food production. Okay, what about it?
Just anything in general, like how the works in Texas or how
Okay.
it transfers
Cool.
to the United States.
Yeah, it gets pretty interesting. Like during COVID and stuff, right? Pretty fascinating. Or like when a winter storm hits and nobody gets food because shipping breaks down and stuff. Okay, cool. All right. So when you want to find something out about that, bison, big topic. Pipelines, big topic. Food production, big topic. Okay. How much research do you need to do?
Quite a bit.
A lot. Why?
Because there's so much that goes into that topic.
Correct. Yeah. And in most cases, kind of the reason I ask you to narrow it down a little bit is because there's so much information out there. So we got to focus it a little bit. Because if you just look at land production, you're going to start finding stuff overseas. And is that the same as what happens in Texas or in North Dakota or whatever, right? So we'll help kind of work on that. But you got to do a lot of reference, a lot of research. So, what is an essay?
Your take on the information you've gathered.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. It's a relatively short piece of writing. It also, the word actually means attempt or try. Right? It's a short piece that you're attempting to explore a topic or answer a question. That's all it is. It's relatively simple. Okay? Why bother writing an essay?
You learn.
Yeah. Okay. What else?
To inform or persuade or stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Who's gonna say because I have to? That's the right answer. I was literally expecting you to say that. Okay, I said good answers. Okay. Most of the time you're doing it because you have to. All right. Which makes you guys think that your goal is just to demonstrate your knowledge to a professor. That's not why we write essays. You have to. That's not why you should write an essay. Okay. That's the wrong definition. All right. The main reason we do this is so you can formulate and organize an informed, coherent, and sophisticated set of ideas about something that's important. Everything you guys said is important. If you want to have a valid conversation, if you want to really understand it, then go find the information. Then guess what? Then you know more than anybody. All right? Or at least you've learned a lot more about a topic, so when somebody says maths are good or maths are bad, you have information about that. Okay? It actually makes you think. It makes you less dumb. Okay? On the topic. Right? It makes you competent, more productive. You're original. You're engaging. Have a conversation with somebody about it. And then you'll be like, I got all this information about bison, and then finally like, well, it's just stupid. And then guess what? You won the argument. Okay? Because they got nothing left. Right? It's easier than remembering. Who can remember everything they've learned? Can't, right? That's why we write things down. Okay? It allows you to organize your thoughts, right? And also it lets you, when you guys were doing research, again, PETA always comes up. How many of you were reading those PETA articles and you're like, this is some bullshit, right? Okay? You can now identify what is a substandard idea or opinion, whatever. Okay? It actually helps you, all right? Lifetime of success. ACOM 3360. Changed my life. Emily's the only one that ever laughs at my jokes. Okay? When you think about this, the person who can formulate and communicate the best argument always wins. You guys need to get jobs soon, right? If your cover letter and resume is full of typos, they're gonna hire you. No, you didn't even make the cut. So serious. Okay? Depends on the job, but probably not in most cases, okay? If you want to raise, you got to convince somebody, right? You need to be able to articulate it, okay? If you're trying to convince someone about your idea, the paper you wrote, why PETA's bad, why we need bison, okay? You have to be able to validate your idea, right? Have the debate. You have to debate its merit successfully, particular if you have others with different ideas. If you want your idea to be accepted or you want to be right, you need the information to prove it. And if you write it, guess what? You actually get to organize your thoughts, okay? And you're gonna get in an argument with somebody, okay, about bison, and you can't remember the whole paper, but I bet you remember a lot of it, okay? And you can have that conversation, right? Or you can go get that raise. You're gonna rule the world. Never make a slide like this. This is just for me to help you guys, which I'll explain in a minute, okay? It's to put you to sleep, all right? But I want to get it all right. Those who can think and communicate are simply more powerful than those who can't. Powerful in a good way, all right? You're able to do a wide range of things competently and efficiently. If you learn to write and edit, you'll also be able to tell the difference between good ideas, intelligently presented, and bad ideas. Those are the opinions you're reading. You guys went out and read some stuff, and you're like, this sounds stupid. Probably was. And then you're learning that, okay? You're able to separate the wheat from the chaff, okay? You can properly influence by profound and solid ideas instead of falling prey to foolish fads and whims and ideologies. There's a difference between social media and unbiased research, okay? Which is why I'm picking on you, please, okay? And I hate it because they feed you the information, right? And a lot of that's just because they think you'll click on.
How many memes do you see that are shared as like bullet points of the bills that are passed or this? It drives me insane.
Yeah, well, memes are funny because they're true, right? But that's just a part of it, okay? There's a bigger argument to it, okay? If you can think and communicate, you can defend yourself, right? Or your friends and family, all right? When it becomes necessary, and it will become necessary at points in your life. Or you can just argue against your friends and family. Right? And that's the whole point, right? Be smarter than everybody. Yeah, that's right. I don't know if you guys always believe this or not, okay? Intelligence is elastic. You guys are in school, and I will tell you right now, your degree is more important than ever, all right? Through this whole COVID crap, right? People who can work from home, all right? People with degrees with better paying jobs, they've done okay for the most part in this, and some of them have made more money, all right? The people that are relying on, working in restaurants, a lot of blue collar jobs and stuff, it sucked, right? They got hit the hardest. I cannot emphasize enough how important your degree is. I don't care what you're getting your degree in. Getting your degree is still a big separator in the economy, all right? You can improve your intelligence, right? It's a matter of working on it. Don't ever think you're setting a limit, right? It's a useful note to note that your mind is organized verbally at the highest and most abstract levels. So if you learn to think through writing, then you develop a well-organized, efficient mind. How many of you guys, you just write papers and you turn them in, right? Go back and read them?
I do.
Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. But usually you just want to get it done, right? You want to get the assignment done, okay? And then someone else reads it, and they're like, oh my God, I have no idea what they're trying to say, right? Or there's parts of it that are very confusing, right? So you got it down, but if you go back and organize and make it stronger and find the research and all that good stuff, then you put together an awesome paper. And then I'm like, holy crap, I learned something. Or you might even change my mind about things, okay? Or you change your own mind when you do research. That's honestly happened a fair amount with organic versus non-organic. I've had students, there's like one study that like 6 students cited, right, in papers. And it kind of changed their mind about things. I don't remember what it was or which side it went. But they were admittedly writing, hey, I learned something new and maybe I should look at it this way, okay? It actually means you'll be healthier, mentally and physically, because you're not ignorant and you're not stressed out, okay? Is anybody buying what I'm selling right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hope so. Some of you are like, no, this is dumb. It's just the class I have to take, okay? If you can actually do this, you'll be better at a lot of things in life, right? Don't underestimate the power of words, okay? The Roman Empire was built up and is gone, right? Jewish people wrote a new book, it's still here, okay? So words matter, all right? Without them, we would still be living in trees. So when you're writing an essay, you're using the whole culture to the life, right, of your life. It's why when you write an essay, even if it's an assignment, forget that it's dull and stupid and boring, all right? If you remember it, you are conquering the unknown. You're learning something new about a subject, right? That's why we write, believe it or not. It's to help you, makes you smarter. Okay? It helps you stay organized and organize your thoughts, and then you go make more money and get a raise, right? Then make millions, and just remember the Dr. Payne endowment when you're wealthy. Cool? Okay. This week you have a discussion post, relatively easy. I give you the rest of the academic writing example. It's not quite as dry, but because it actually gets to the research that was done and all that good stuff. And you're going to compare it to your first writing assignment. Okay, and you just take notice of the comments that I gave you in that assignment and notice the differences. It's pretty straightforward. After spring break, because you guys won't remember anything between now and then we'll start getting into the final paper and all that good stuff. Okay? Sound good? Questions for me? Did we learn anything today? What did we learn?
A lot.
Such as? You said yes, you have to tell me now.
Unbiased and
Okay, and what else?
Essays are important.
Essays are important, okay? I try to give you guys, I try to let you guys choose topics so that you find something interesting you care about, okay? Cool? Go be awesome, have a wonderful week. Get your assignment in Friday and then have an awesome spring break.